What's up, guys? This is for any young man out there who is trying to learn how to shave, who maybe doesn't have somebody to guide them, show them how to shave or what to do. Um, but I'm going to try and give you some tips, some pointers I wish I knew, when I started growing facial hair. So, anyway, let's get a sip of coffee and we'll head to the bathroom. That's good. All right. So, first things first, I would definitely recommend spending the money and getting a nice shaver. This Bic, I don't know if this is, no, it's not a Gillette, but these ones with like the ball things on it and this and that, like it's just all the little bells and whistles. It looks like this. It's so worth it. It's so much better than any other razor blade. It really helps just get around the edges. It seems to cut deeper, better. The blades seem to last longer. But yeah, first step, get yourself a really nice shaver. I've never had any issues with choosing cream to use. I always just like sort of use gel. I've never really had any issue with that, so I would just say, go with whatever gel you like. But the second step, the second thing we're gonna need is, one moment. The second thing that you really need is a washcloth. Now with this, this is your start. You don't really start putting on shaving cream. You don't start using the razor blade or anything. You just start with this. So, once you have your washcloth, I want you to turn the water up until it's like totally scalding. Like I want it to be really hot. And then what we're gonna do is any areas that you want to shave, get this really hot with water and just hold it there for a second or pat it. Go all around, make sure you get everything so that you can open up those pores and and do that. It doesn't seem like that would help a lot, but it really does help give you a clean shave. It helps you not cut. It helps you not have any, a lot of friction when you're cutting, especially on your neck. So yeah, get, your scalding hot water, get it on there, set it on each area. You don't need to do it for long. Maybe do it for a minute. Just make sure you go around and make sure you get every, little pore and this and that. And then after that, that's when we can put on our shaving cream. So, you don't, I thought, you needed a lot of shaving cream, but you really don't need much. You maybe only need to cover 1 or 2 fingertips and do that. And then, your shaving cream. But, before we go on, there is a difference between shaving short hair. I would call this actually pretty long hair. There's a difference between shaving short hair and long hair. If you're gonna shave long hair like this, don't go immediately at it with a razor. If you have like an electric buzzer, go at that first, get it until it's short and it's stubble, and then do that. Because if you try to do it with this, it's just gonna be a mess. It's gonna take forever, and it's gonna suck, and it's gonna look bad. Okay, so we're right after our washcloth. We got everything warm and opened up. We have our shaving cream on. And then after that point, you can wash the shaving cream off your hands. I turn the faucet from really hot to cold so that I can wash off my hands. And then I turn it back to scalding hot. And then what I do is I get the razor very hot. I run it under the hot water and then I start shaving. And then every time I do a line, I take it out, I wash it off under the hot water, I get it back hot, clean it off, and then I keep going. And then this is where I'm going to start to talk to you about actual, shaving techniques. I thought whenever I started that you need to go up, that you need to shave up like that. And I was cutting myself. It looked terrible. It was bad. I thought I had to go up like that. You should not do that at all. You go down. Sorry, I'm trying to think what next. Yeah, so you go down. Normally I start with my sideburns, so I'll start right here, find the line, go down. I'll work my way across. So I'll go here, here, then I'll go here, and that's sort of the easy part, the parts where you're going to start cutting yourself is around your jawline and your neck, because your neck, it's at an angle, so you got to cut this way and you got to cut that way. But first, let's talk about the jawline. This is probably the most important part. Instead of trying to go around your jawline and go down, it's really where you cut yourself, is like right here. Once you're there, pull up the skin. If you notice, you'll watch the hairs from down here come up here. If I pull the skin, watch. So now you have your jawline skin up here and it's on a flat surface and you can cut it like that. Now whenever you put it back down, your hairline is going to be on your neck. You don't have to cut around your jawline anymore. Same thing with back here. You don't want to try and cut around that angle. That's where you know you're pressing, and that's where you're going to get a cut. So you want to pull that. You want to pull it here, and then you want to cut it like that, because you'll have a little bit, depending on your jawline. If you have a jawline, you'll have some back here. But after you do that on both sides, then you have your neckline. And this really helps if you know you made it hot and you made this hot. At least it helps me a lot. I try to go nice and slow on my neck. I do it multiple times on each line. Try to go nice and slow. Turn your neck, take that